Hey everyone, welcome to another Pathfinder adventure card game scenario. We are at the Towering Obelisk location where, after playing a boon that has the electricity trait, you may put it on top of your deck. Okay, well, Alahazra, I really don't think she has anything with the electricity trait, so we won't have to worry about that. Advancing the Blessings deck, the first card we get is a Malfunctioning Death Trap. Okay, so it's a Dexterity Disable Stealth Intelligence 5 check. So we did not examine this card, so if undefeated. Okay, so it looks pretty good here. We do have the Find Traps spell, but what else do we have? We actually decided to keep this really cool Loot ally from last adventure, and so it helps out with Wisdom or Knowledge, so that's not a Wisdom or a Knowledge check. We do have the Find Traps spell, so we'll just go ahead and do it. Because Alahazra just has a dexterity of D4. She doesn't have Disable. She doesn't have Stealth. Her intelligence is a D8. So we're going to use Find Traps. We are going to roll 3D8. We're going to see what happens. We're going to roll a 2 and a 4 and an 8. So we're going to roll a 14. More than enough. We're going to roll to see, well, this Bane is banished. We're going to roll to see if we recharge Find Traps, which is a D10 plus 6 check, and we only need an 8. So we do recharge Find Traps. We're going to reset our hand, and we're going to advance the Blessings deck and explore. Okay, Blessing of the Ancients. Pretty sweet. What's sweet about it is that Alahazra has a Charisma skill of D10 plus 3. So that's her Charisma. So let's go ahead and roll, see if we get it. Oh wow. So we do not get that boon. Okay, a little disappointed. The hand looking pretty good. Advancing the Blessings deck. Ooh, we get a Copish. Strength melee 7. Well, Alahazra only has a strength of D6. And she doesn't necessarily want to this card. It's only a basic weapon, so we can't trade it to a trader. So let's just go ahead and do the check. And we rolled, well, we did roll a 6. So, if I really wanted to, I could use this Blessing of Matt and acquire that Copish. But I think I better save that Blessing of Matt for a rainy day. So the Copish boon is banished. Advancing the Blessings deck. Ooh, we get the Unshakable Chill spell. Intelligence, Arcane, Wisdom, Divine 6. Well, Alahazra's Divine is D10 plus 6, so this is an auto acquire. Nice. Goes into the hand, and then what we're going to do is, shucks, we got all these great spells in our hand, all these great cards. We really don't want to we don't want to toss one, but we're going to actually discard the Unshakable Chill spell, which we just gained. We're going to advance the Blessings deck. Ooh, we get the Evil Eye. So we didn't examine this card. The difficulty to defeat is increased by twice the scenario's adventure deck number. This is Scenario 2. This is the final adventure of Scenario 2. So let's see, we have to, by twice. That's actually a 4. So we need to do, well, a Diplomacy 10, and Alahazra has a D10 plus 5. So that seems to be the way to go. So we are going to go ahead and just roll the D10, and hopefully we are going to roll pretty high. So we rolled a 3 for our Diplomacy. That's a plus 5. So we rolled an 8. We needed a 10. So it says here that if undefeated, suffer a Scourge, then banish this card. Okay, so we'll suffer the Scourge, because Alahazra has this ability that says, you may discard a spell to banish a card that has the curse trait next to the deck of a character at your location. So what we're going to do is, sure, we failed that Evil Eye, sure, we gained a Scourge, but all Scourges are curses. So even before we get that, we'll go ahead and discard our Immolate spell. And yes, that hurts, but that's just what we need to do. Resetting the hand. Advancing the Blessings deck. Alright, we get the Foul Fiend, the villain. Check to defeat combat 14. It says, before you act, each character summons and encounters the henchman, Graven Guardian of Nephis. Okay. So it says here, so he's either an Arcane Divine 9, and Alahazra has a Divine of, what is it? She has a Divine, so she can actually roll a D10 plus 6. So her chances of just outright defeating this guy are pretty awesome. But it says here you may discard a card that has the Nephis trait to automatically defeat. Well, it just so happens that we have the Blessing of Nephis. Even though we can probably roll a 3 or higher on a D10 and save this blessing, what we'll do is we'll discard this card. We'll automatically defeat the Graven Guardian. And now, since we did defeat him, let's see. We encountered it. So he's not undefeated. So what we can do is now we can defeat this guy. We need a combat 14. So the only thing we have going combat wise for us is the Spear of the Watchful Guardian. Strength melee plus 1d6. Plus we can recharge your card for another d6. Okay, not the best odds, but that's all we got. We got 3d6 plus 1. So you get a 14. And it's a human bard cultist. Let's see. Well, what we can do, he's not immune to the. We have the embalming fluid. Reveal this card to add 2 and the poison trait to your combat check. Okay, so what we can do is he's not immune to poison or anything. So we're going to be rolling 3d6 using the embalming fluid. We're adding 3 to this roll. Yes, we are. Wow. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we needed, wow, I could bump up use the Blessing of Mat to get us to a 13, but that's not enough. We needed a 14. Wow, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, that really sucks. So as it is, we can use this armor to bury this card to reduce combat damage to 0. Or since we're proficient with armors, we can discard it instead. Okay, we'll discard it. We'll stop all the damage. We got to roll for the embalming fluid or bury a card. So we have to roll d4. So we have to bury the top card of our deck thanks to the embalming fluid. This guy survives. He runs off. That really sucked. Okay, we missed by 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 cards left in the location deck. Let's see. We reset that. We're going to reset our hand. Okay. So now we will advance the Blessings deck. Okay, we get a Shock Toad. Before you act, he deals 1 damage. But I'll just say, hey, this trusty little undead cat, which is pretty cool, we're going to recharge this card so we don't take any damage from the Shock Toad. And then the Shock Toad is just combat 6. So we'll just go ahead and we'll do a Fireblade spell. D10. So the Fireblade is Divine Skill plus 2d4. Well, Alahazra's Divine Skill is D10 plus 6. So it's an automatic defeat. And with the Fireblade spell, we'll roll to see if we recharge. It's almost an automatic recharge. We recharge the Fireblade spell. We get rid of the Shock Toad. We're going to reset our hand. We are going to advance the Blessings deck. We are going to explore. Whoa. Awesome. Alahazra has been dreaming of this spell because it has attack and it has fire, which is exactly what she wants for her power. Where it says when you play a card that has the fire and attack traits, add 1d8. So does she want this spell? She sure does. And it's Wisdom Divine 7. Her Divine Skill is D10 plus 6. This is an auto acquire. Awesome. Boom. Man, that was sweet. We're going to go ahead and use a Blessing of Ra. And we're going to explore. Okay, we explore. We find a Plague Zombie. Immune to mental and poison. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use a fiery glare spell on this plague zombie. So it's a D10 plus 2d4. We're adding 6 to this roll. So we rolled a 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, plus 6 is 20. Yes, this creature is banished. Fiery glare spell is a recharge 10. So we rolled, and I rolled a 2, unfortunately. Kind of fell on my lap, but that's what I rolled. So I do not recharge the fiery glare spell. That sucks. Resetting the hand. Advancing the Blessings deck. There's only 2 cards left in the Blessings deck. There's 2 cards left in the Location deck. Alright, and he's back. So we have to first encounter this chump. He's only a Divine 9. Well, our Divine is like plus 6, right? So the question is, yeah, we can actually, let's go ahead and just do it. So D10. So we rolled a 10 plus 6 is 16. So yes, this creature is defeated. Now we have to meet this guy. He's a combat 14. So what's cool is we have the heat metal, but it would be better if we had a weapon in our hand, but we don't. This guy is not immune to poison, so we can go ahead and use this clinging venom spell, which is what we're going to do. And since we're Alahazra and we're awesome, and this spell has the attack and the poison trait, we can actually add another D8 to that. And we'll go ahead and we'll use a Blessing of Pharasma just to put it on the safe side. So we're actually going to be rolling a Remarkable once I gather all my dice. The tension's mounting. We're rolling 3d10 and 2d8. And we're adding 6 to this roll. I don't know. What do we got here? 9, 15, 23, 28 plus 6. Wow, 34. I think that's over 14 with the Clinging Venom, adding insult to injury to this guy. It's an auto recharge so that when we reset our hand, we still have our 7 cards. He has been banished. He's a villain. We automatically close this location, the Towering Obelisk, where that crazy bard was just hanging out. We found him out and we destroyed him. Location closed. Adventure successful. So we didn't really get that much interesting loot, and the reward for the scenario is, unfortunately, it's a power feat. So let's go ahead and zoom in there. A little blurry, clear it up a little. Okay, so we could go to a trader, and I think I will go ahead and I'll do a quick deck check in a bit. Let's see, did we acquire any cool boons from that location? We got the Unshakable Chill spell. We got the Heat Metal spell. Really awesome. So we did, we're probably going to keep that spell to keep you guys updated as to what spell I toss. We're probably going to toss a Fine Trap spell and keep the Heat Metal. So that's just a really quick deck check right there. But on to the power feat. So unfortunately, these power feats aren't really that exciting. We got the hand size power feat. We already did this cool one, where we can add the 1d8. So then what we can do is we can recharge a blessing to examine the top 2 of cards and put them back in any order. So you know what? I think we'll just go ahead and do this one, where we can look at cards, put them back in any order. That might be very useful if we're like running out of time, etc., etc. It needs some stuff. What we're going to do, let's do a quick walk over to the auction house. Let's do a quick walk over and see if we can get some of those cool undead cats, the Ubashkis or whatever they're called. Randomly determining cards here. Got to count down 18, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That one or that one. Okay, over at the auction house, we have the option of getting a camel or a dory. Well, a dory, in my opinion, is one of the best allies in the game. A really solid combat buff. Really can't go wrong. We really probably should acquire this ally. We definitely aren't interested in the camel. So the question is are we going to trade some of our hard-found loot to get a dory? If we do get a dory, we're either going to have to get rid of the Ubashti. We're either going to have to get rid of, let's see, Maga Three Fingers, or we're going to have to get rid of this new guy who we just acquired, who we're just kind of keeping around for giggles. So let's see. I don't know at this point what we're going to do leveling up. We did get that power feat. We are at the end of Scenario 2. So we will be starting, I should say level 2. We're starting level 3 at the start of the next scenario. So thanks for watching, and I'll keep you posted as to the leveling up news next scenario. Alright, thanks so much.